Hi friends. Okay, I am making my craft roulette card, and I'm going to use this Lisa Horton stencil and die set, or not die, embossing folder that I got, and I have used this to make other cards which you've seen. And I have made A-9 cards, and I do have a couple videos on that. But this is the card I'm making for this week, and we did land on A-9. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. So, okay, I had to go back and watch the video again to see just how this is done. But I don't have the apparatus to put these Lisa Horton stencils on here. So this is the way Chelsea Comer suggested that we do it if we didn't have the platform or the rotating platform, is to put your die down and make fill these holes, and then make marks on the corners so you know where to put your paper. And then go ahead and we'll start out with the first one is going to be yellow. And what did I do with my notes? I gotta have my notes. Okay, so we start out. You can use two different colors of yellow. I'm using the same one, the fossilized amber. And I'm starting out with that, and you do it lightly. You want to do these lightly, so you're not really pressing very hard. But you want to get them all covered. Okay, so that's the first one. So we'll take this one off, and you can see, ta-da! And I put a piece of tape on here just to keep my paper down where it should be so it doesn't move around, which it kind of did. Okay, now we take number 2 stencil, and that's marked right up here. You can't see it on the screen, I don't think. But you place it down right over those holes that you made. So it goes right over the stencil where it should be. And I just use a couple pieces of washi tape to hold it down so it does not move on me. Okay. So now what we want to do is, you can use a darker yellow, or I'm using the same yellow, the fossilized yellow, only we're going in darker. So you want to do these darker. Now these are just the colors that Chelsea had picked out for a class that we did. You can change the colors up if you want to make the flowers, you know, whatever. Whatever color you want. Okay, so we're going to leave this on now. And we're going to go to a bright pink, and I've got picked raspberry. Now this is a distress ink. The rest of them are distress oxide. So what we're doing with this is just coloring the centers of the flowers. So you just want to go along the edge, just the centers of the flowers, okay? So you're going along the edge. Like this, just get on the edge. Okay, now we're going to take this stencil off. Be prepared to be wowed. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, so that was number 2. Now we're ready for stencil number 3, which is this one. It's got a number 3 right up here. Okay, so we want to place it right in the same place. Right in the same place. Okay. All right, and I don't want to cover up my stencil. Okay, there's no stencil right there. Okay, so on this one, we want to do dark yellow first. So we're going to take I'm taking my fossilized yellow and I'm doing dark. On everything. And there's some pieces that look like leaves. Go ahead and color those in. There's only about 2 or 3 of them. Okay, so there's the dark yellow. Now while we still have this on, we're gonna do our bright pink. I've got picked raspberry. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go right on the edge of these flowers, right in the middle. We call them the center of the flowers. You don't want to cover the whole thing. Just where you think the edge, the center of the flower is, okay? Now we're going to take off number 3. Look at that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, now we've got stencil number 4. This has got 8 stencils. Okay, here's number 4. So we're going to put it down. Same positioning. Try to put it down with this tape. You don't want to cover up any of your holes that you're going to cover. And now what we're going to do is I'm using peeled paint. You want to use a green, some sort of a green color for your leaves, okay? And we're going to do it lightly. So we're not going to just go in there and dig. We're going to do it lightly, okay? I think I'll probably be getting that Lisa Horton platform at one point or another because I think it would make these stencils a lot easier. And not only Lisa Horton, but any type of, you know, stenciling you're trying to do to make it easier, it would keep them. And here's some here. Okay, I think I got them all covered. Okay, so that's the only one we're doing with number 4. So we'll take it off. So you've got all these leaves scattered around with the light green. Okay, and now we have number 5. Number 5. I'm going to put it down in the same place. Okay, and number 5, we're using the same, but make it dark. So you can just really rub it in there. And we're making, or you can use a darker color if you want. I'm limited on the colors that I have, but, or the greens aren't really in the same tones, so I kind of wanted to have the same color tone, but these are going to be dark. And you can tell if you're getting it in there dark enough, because it, you know, you can tell they're really dark. So I'm really pushing it in there. And I'm just holding down on my stencil just in case it wants to move. Okay, I think I got them all. So that's the only one we're doing with this one. Okay, so let's take it off. Oh, look at that. It's really getting pretty, guys. Okay. So now we take number 6. This is number 6, and it's all leaves. Okay, so we're going to put it down. Okay, and do my lid. I kind of put these in order that I was using them. Okay, now I'm going to use my tea dye, Distress ink. And I want to do it lightly. Okay, so these you want to do lightly. This tea dye comes out kind of light anyway, so I'm just trying to make sure I get it in there, but not too dark. If you go around in a circular motion, you're not so apt to get it, you know, too dark. Okay, so there's my light tea dye. That's number 6. So we're going to take that off. That's the only thing we do with that one. Now, stencil number 7. This is branches or twig or, you know, limbs or whatever. I'm using scorched timber. You want to use a darker brown, or you could use the same one, just press it in there darker. I don't know how much darker it would show up, but I'm using scorched timber, and I tried it ahead of time, and it does look brown. So see, I want to put this, it's going to hold it on there. Okay, this is the tea dye and scorched timber. Okay. Okay, I think I got them all. Whoops, I want to move it. Okay, that's the only one we're doing with this one. Wow, that's really getting pretty. So we only have one more to do. That is so pretty. This one is leaves, and what this one is the center of some of these leaves. So place this down, position. Okay, now we're using the same color, but we're going to do it lightly. Okay, so I'm going over these lightly. I'm not pushing it down hard like I did on the other one. And you'll see why when we take this off. This is so cool. I just love this stencil. It's so easy. She made it so easy. And I think if you have the platform or the one that hooks into the holes, would be even easier. Okay, let's see. I think I missed a few over here. I think I got them all. Okay, here we go. This is the big reveal. I don't have a drum roll or anything, but ta-da! Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Now, I think what I'm going to do on here before I do the embossing folder is I think I want to do a little inking around the edges. Now, it looks like we got a little bit of that scorched timber on the edge, so I'm just going to do that too. All the way around. And I don't want to get too much of it on my card. I just want the edges to be... I think what I might do is just run the edge of my card through this. Yeah. Then that way I'm not getting too much, because I don't want too much of that scorched timber on the card. On the card front. But since I got a little bit up here, okay, and I kind of goofed down here, got a little bit on here. But what I want to do is take some of this yellow, just go around the edges. Not pretty, just kind of blend it in a little bit on the yellow area, or the white area. There. I think that's very pretty. I wish I hadn't done that, and I don't know if my eraser thing will take that off, but let's see if it will. Doesn't look like it's going to. This will take off some things, but it's not gonna. It's not going to take that off, so we'll have to see what we're going to do about that. Okay, so I got the rest of my my base ready here. This is my A-9 card, 8.5 by 11, folded in half. And I thought I would put this lighter pink on here for a mat, and put this on here like this. And I made two different, what did I do with them? Here they are. I made two different happy birthday sentiments. You know what, I could put this on here and cover that up. Put something down here. Dude, I think this would show up better if it were up here. This one. If I use this one, kind of cover up that empty space there. Okay, now I'm going to run it through the embossing folder, and it's over here next to me, but I wanted to show you this. This is so awesome. And you guys probably know about this already, but this is called Rambling Wood Grain Rose. And in the stencil, there was no wood grain. But when you run it through this 3D embossing folder, it will put the wood grain on. So let me do that real quick. This is my first 3D embossing folder. So you're supposed to be able to put it in here. And it shows you, I mean, if you just put it in here, like that, and then it comes right down over all the areas, all the flowers and everything just fall into place. That's so cool. So I'm going to run it through. It'll take me a second to figure out my configuration because I have not done embossing folder through here before. It's a 3D. Okay, I couldn't use the regular plates with it, so I used the one plate underneath. I used both of the Lisa Horton folders with 4 of these in between. And I think it worked. So we'll see. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yes, it did. I probably could have used one more folder, but it was pretty tight going through there. So it gave it more of a 3D look. So pretty. And you can see the wood grain, the paper. I'm getting a line on my phone, and I'm not sure what that's all about. I hope you guys can't see that. But anyway, yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm trying to stay in the screen. This is a big card. Okay, so we'll get it on up here. Okay, make sure it's straight. All right, very pretty. Still gonna see that. Now if we do it like this, that'll cover that up. Okay, let's just do that right along the bottom here. Okay, just like that. Okay. Okay, now I have to come back and put a little glue under all those leaves, okay? So, okay, there's the bottom. Now I just need to decide which one of these happy birthdays I'm going to use. going to be this one. And see, this one fades into the background too much. So I think it's going to be this one. Okay. And this is too tedious for me. Sorry, I'm dropping things. To glue on the back. So this is what I do. Put glue on here. And then we'll put it down. Oops. Okay. There we go. That's the happy birthday. I'm not sure about this space down here. I think maybe I just need to put some bling. Let's see what these pearls look like down here. I've got this color pink, which these are kind of pretty. And I need my picker thing. Come on. These things turn over and I can't get them to turn over. Of course, they land on my lap right side up, but okay, we'll just use a few of these. And I'm dropping them all over the floor. And I do use an odd number for my bling. So there's 5 there. Let's do 1 here. Ah. Sometimes these are kind of hard to pick up. Okay, there's 7. Then I want to do a couple up here. And I think what we need is a little butterfly right here. Okay, so I have this butterfly die, and I'm going to take my pink that I used on here and just kind of go around the edges. Okay, and then once I get that on, then I'll put some stickles on here. Yeah, I think that's what it needed. Kind of draws your eye up from the bottom. So we'll go ahead and I'm just going to put glue in the middle. Okay, and leave these. Then I'll just go ahead and put some. Gonna make sure this is working. Yeah, it's working. I'll put some stickles on the body. Was working. Now it's not wanting to come out. A little bit up here. Here and here. Okay, just enough. Give it a little sparkle on there. I don't even know if you can see that. There. It's there. Okay. So there we have it. That is my Craft Roulette card. Just let me make sure I got all the parameters on here. It's an A-9 card. Definitely have florist shop colors. Birthday. The birthday sentiment. And this was from my mask. Okay. So, yep. We've got it covered. So, there it is. And this inking around here could also be considered from my mess because it was still on here after I used it. So, anyway, there's the A9. It's really not that hard. So give it a try. I know Bitty Penny did one this morning, and I've got 2 videos out there, and there's probably already a ton on craftroulette.live on the gallery. So yeah, have fun. And we will see you next time. Hit that like button, please, and leave me a comment. Thanks. Bye.